So I worked on a project called Insights from History with my colleague Brian Sudlow. We looked at what could be learned from historical industrial transitions. So on the basis that we're in the fourth industrial revolution, or some people say the fifth, what can we learn from the previous ones? So InterAct gave us a really good opportunity to do some multidisciplinary work and to collaborate with other colleagues. There was a call initially for insights from historical contexts. So I'm interested in technology and particularly how technology is designed or not well designed for people. My colleague Brian, he's a historian. He looks at the history of technology. And our project gave us a chance to work together that we hadn't had before. We looked at history. Initially, we started considering industrial revolutions, and quickly we moved to getting away from particular technologies or particular periods in time. And we broke it down into mechanization, electrification, computerization, and digitalization. We reviewed literature related to those things. So we found some cases about each of those transitions. And then we tried to find the interesting stories. So normally a literature review might give you results that are academic, but sometimes difficult to apply. Because InterAct was pushing us for actionable insights, we focused on the insightful stories where there was something relevant for today's business. What our work has helped to do is to identify things that have happened in the past, either things that worked well or mistakes that were made. And what we're doing with that is to share those insights with people who are making decisions about technology today. We found a lot of examples of things that are happening today that are repeating what's happened in the past. So it's important to avoid repeating the same mistakes that have happened in the past. One thing that we realized is that all of the transitions and what's made them succeed or not succeed has not been about technology, because the technical challenges are always overcome. It's always about people. For example, if people are engaged in helping to create the technology, or the technology is designed to address people's needs, those resulted in success. Where people weren't involved or people weren't used as much as they could do, then things didn't go so well. We looked at the history of coal mining, and where coal mining became more productive was when there was small innovations focused on people who were doing the mining, so making them safer, allowing them to work better. So that improved safety, but it also improved productivity. If I take that into today's world, then any technology we're introducing with the idea of improving productivity, I would take the lesson that think about the people who are operating it or involved in it in some way, and make sure that they are safe and they are able to work to their best. Other examples where we found that electric vehicles, which we think are a new thing today, were trialled and didn't work over 100 years ago. The reason they didn't work was, yes, there were some technical challenges, but the infrastructure wasn't ready. Society wasn't ready. So the business model wasn't there for it to work effectively. There are several examples of that kind where people in some way, whether those are customers or employees, weren't fully considered. And those are the things I think need to be considered more carefully. I think InterAct has done two things for me that have really helped me. One is allowed me to meet other people, whether that's in my own institution, people in other departments that I wouldn't have worked with otherwise, or the wider community that they brought together. And the other thing is that they've pushed us towards actionable insights and really challenged us to be creative in how we communicate those insights. So I've learned a lot about storytelling and making engaging, short, animated digital stories as a way of communicating information. I can see a lasting impact on all of the people who have been involved in some way. I've certainly learned a lot, and I've met a lot of people that I have worked with and hope to continue working with in future. So that's the immediate thing that I can see. And I hope there will be much wider impacts from the work that we've produced and will continue to produce. There is an appetite from manufacturers to learn from academia, and there's certainly an appetite for academics to learn from and to influence manufacturing. One thing that InterAct has done is try to bridge the gap between those two communities. And I think they've certainly taken steps towards that. And I as an individual, will learn from that, and I think other people will as well. It's been really good to meet some people who I didn't know a short time ago, who've now become close collaborators, colleagues, acquaintances, friends. I think they really have succeeded in building a community, building a network that wasn't there a short time ago.